So by using the dynamic programming, we have just seen how to calculate the value of S11. So we have seen that tourist who is at the position 10 or 01 can reach very easily at the position 11. So the same logic can be applied to the position S21 or S12 and so on. So we can find the values of SI0, generally speaking SI0, and we can calculate for all the values of I. We can calculate SI for all the values of I. Similarly, we can also calculate the value of SJI or Sij for all the values of the j. We can just remove the value of 1, replace the value of 1 with 2, 3 and 4, and we will calculate the value of j. And similarly, we will replace the value of Si0 with Si1, Si2 and so on. And we will calculate all the values in the grid in this Manhattan problem. In this slide, we can see that this is the source point, and from this point tourists can move in either direction, in the east or in the south. And we have seen that if the tourist has to move to this point 11, it can move from this point to this and from here to here. And we have already seen that when tourists move in this direction, it has the maximum NM value, so we'll select this path. So from this point, the tourist we can calculate all the values of the grids present in this path. For example, if we consider the SI1, we can calculate all the values for I, and we can use for example, if we start from this point 11, we can calculate the value for I1 and I1, means we can replace the value of I with 2, 3 and 4, and we know that this is the position of this 2, 1, and this is the position 3, 1, and this is 4, 1 position. And we can calculate the value of NM of all these positions. For example, this is 4, and we can add the value of 6 in the 4, it will become 10. And in the 10, we will add the value of 4, it will become 14. And so similarly, we will add 6 and it will become 20. So we have calculated all the values of I1. So it means we have this value 1, and we just replace the value of I, 2, 3 and 4. We have calculated this one. Similarly, we can calculate the value of I2, and for I2 we can calculate the value of these points, means I3, I4 and so on. And for this we will replace the value of I with 2, 3 and 4. So these points will become 2, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 4, 2. And we can calculate the value of all these by adding the grids points, and we will calculate all of these one by one. And similarly, we can also calculate the value of 1j. So it means we will just replace the value we have for I. We have calculated the value in the rows. For j, we will calculate the value for I in the columns, and for j, we will calculate the values in the rows position. So it means if you want to calculate in this direction in the rows, the value will be 1j, 1j, 1j and 1j, and we will replace the value of j for 2, 3, 4. So similarly, we can add the value of these grids into the next one, and we can calculate all the values of the grids, and we will calculate all the values of I and j in by using the dynamic problem.